moving them from the criminal justice system to an administrative process managed by the Road Traffic Infringement Agency. Now, while many people associate Aarto with the Demerit points system, the RTIA says the current phase is focused on streamlining the issuing and payments of traffic fines, with demerit points only expected in a latter phase. So to help us understand what the changes mean for motorists, we're joined now by Road Traffic Infringement Agency spokesperson Monde Mkalipi. Good morning and welcome to the Breakfast Rush on Radio Ansaar.
I'm fine, Isham. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you quite clearly now. Thank you very much. To begin with, can you explain what Aarto is and what its overall purpose is?
Yes, Nisham, thank you so much once again. Aarto, well, it is the administrative adjudication of road traffic offences, and we call it Aarto for short. And it's mainly a system that seeks to make sure that we comply with traffic laws. It's designed to make sure that we change our behavior so that we have the number of fatalities that occur on our roads reduced. Well, mainly, as you have rightly pointed out, prior to the introduction of Aarto, we had traffic infringements being adjudicated through our courts. And now, with the introduction of Aarto, traffic infringements are going to be adjudicated by the Road Traffic Infringement Authority or the agency, meaning that they are going to be slightly quicker in terms of processing because before, when these were going through courts are quite very much busy with quite much serious matters in our country. And that has resulted in some of the infringements not necessarily going through courts, not even arriving there, meaning that some of them habitual or repeating offenders on our roads, they continue to roam our streets while posing danger on other road users. So with the introduction of Aarto, it is going to make sure that those who violate traffic laws, their infringements are going to be processed quite expeditiously, and they are going to be brought into account for their misdeeds on our roads as quickly as possible. And how it is going to work, Nisham, is that if one commits an infringement on any of our roads, then the infringement gets to be recorded or captured on the system. We are going to be given a period of 32 days or just 1 month to really resolve that infringement. You can go to the municipality, eThekwini or Mhlathuze or anywhere where you can go and have the infringement. You can pay the 50% discount. But if you feel that the infringement was unfairly issued, you are free to come forward and provide all the evidence to really dispute that infringement notice that was issued against you. So you've got a period of 32 days to do that. But it also happens sometimes that the amount is quite slightly higher and you can't afford it. You can request to pay in installments because any infringement that is above 750 rand, you can always come forward to have it resolved or paid for. But sometimes it happens that infringers ignore to go to the municipality to pay this traffic fine. So where we come in as the RTIA quite very much strongly is after the 32-day period, where perhaps a eThekwini municipality or Mhlathuze or Umgungundlovu will escalate that infringement to the Road Traffic Infringement Authority, which is us. So what we'll do in that instance, we issue what is called a courtesy letter to remind the infringer or the road user that on such and such a day you committed an infringement, and therefore here are your rights. Now you are expected to come and pay the full amount. The 50% discount falls away after 32 days. Come forward and pay the full amount, or you can even still dispute if you feel that it was unfairly issued, that is the infringement notice. Or the other critical component, Nishan, is that if perhaps you own a fleet of vehicles, you could be an employer or a government fleet a company, and then you have employed a number of people in your company. Then you've got the right to reroute those tickets. If, for example, there was a camera ticket that have arrived to you as an employer, you redirect them to whoever was operating or driving your vehicle at the time the infringement was committed. And then you can reroute, and then the person who committed the infringement in real sense has got a responsibility now to come forward and be accountable for that. So that is how the process, but the critical part in the process, Nishan, is that you still remember with the court process that perhaps if you had gone there and then you will be convicted and this and that. But with Aarto now, if you have failed to comply with these processes that one has just explained now, after 64 days, that is after the second month, you have failed to comply to take advantage of any of these rights, obligations or rights, and options that I've just highlighted now. The system blocks you now. Instead of going to jail, the system blocks you from transacting on the notice. You won't be able to renew your license disc of your vehicle or your driving license, even if your professional driving permit. So that's where it comes in quite very strongly. Hence, we say Aarto is quite speedy in which it resolves traffic infringement, so that whoever has committed or violated traffic law, that person should come forward as quickly as possible. That's why we say the system is quite very, very quick as opposed to the earlier process that we had under the criminal procedure. So this is how it is going to work. So when we are blocked now, the Aarto system compels you to come forward and be accountable. You pay or dispute, you still have the right. Because that period of 64 days to 90 days, that's when we issue what is called the enforcement order. Then we are blocked. But at the same time, you still have your right to dispute. But it happens that sometimes some of the infringers really ignore this. With the introduction of what you also spoke about, the points demerit system, Nishan, it comes in when all perhaps has failed in terms of the infringer coming forward to resolve their traffic fines, because the points gets to be allocated on each and every infringement that one commits on the road. And then, but the points demerit system, Nisham, also works backwards in the sense that let's take a person, let's say your colleague, let's say Nasmira. Nasmira, let's say generally, she's a compliant driver, but on this particular day, she forgets her driving license at home, and then she gets to be stopped. She gets to be issued with an infringement notice that she was driving not in possession of her driving license. And then now, because she gets to be allocated, let's say, 4 demerit points for failing to have driving license in her possession. So because Nasmira is generally a compliant driver, she drives well for a period of 3 months. After a 3 months period of compliant use of our roads, and then 1 demerit point is going to fall away. Again, for another period of 3 months, another demerit point falls away, and then she's going to have 2. The more she drives well on the road without committing any infringement, 1 demerit point falls away. So it happens that sometimes then you come across it, there is a repeat infringer, a person who habitually breaks the laws of the road, and then the demerit points are going to rise and reach 15. Once they are at 15, once you exceed the 15 demerit points, you are on the 16th demerit point, and then that's when the driving license gets to be suspended. You are given 2 opportunities to have your driving license suspended. Because if you're at 16, Nisham, it happens that you drive well on the road, your points get to be reduced, as I have explained earlier on. But once they exceed 15 at 16th demerit point, driving license is suspended. And then if you exceed 15 for more than 2 times, on the 3rd time that you go over the 15th demerit point, then that's when your driving license gets to be cancelled completely. Disqualified from driving on our roads, you will be expected to start from scratch after you have gone through a driver rehabilitation program. So there's a process of helping road users to really mend their ways in terms of how they use our roads. So this is how the system works, Nishan, to really make sure that we really change the way we do things on our roads. We don't expose other road users in danger. We have the number of fatalities and crashes that occur on our roads reduced. That's where it is building up to. So that at the end of the day, the number of fatalities, for example, that we have on our roads annually, Nishan, it reaches 12,000. It's quite a lot in the whole country. Yeah. So this is how it is going to work. But at the same time, we're also going to standardize the way we manage traffic infringements in the Republic. Because currently now, before the introduction of Aarto, we had kind of a disjointed system. We have eThekwini having got its own infringement notices with a certain amounts attached to it. You go to Mhlatuza, it's different. You go to Mgongondlovu, it's different. But now with the introduction of Aarto, it's the same penal values that are attached to infringement notices. We've got one common national contravention register you commit an infringement in Umhlatuze, you drive to eThekwini, authorities in eThekwini will be able to pick up that you committed an infringement in eThekwini and you are owing. Same applies if you are in Mkungundlovu. They will be picked up anywhere. You go to Johannesburg, they will be picked up. You go to Gqeberha, Cape Town, the system will be able to pick up. So this is how the system is going to work, and we're hoping that with the introduction, because what is also critical, for example, Nishan, is the fact that the system gives road users all these rights and options to resolve their traffic fine as speedily as possible. And there is no like long bureaucracy where perhaps you go to court and do this and that. You just do this administratively. You come to the Road Traffic Infringement Authority, and we should also mention that our offices are all over the country. We have outlets in Umkungundlovu, we have outlets in eThekwini, got outlets in the city of Cape Town, in Gqeberha, Johannesburg, all over the country. So the system has been brought closer to the road users, and we are really appealing to all South Africans to really comply with the system and take advantage of the elective options before what is called perhaps a punitive step that comes in the form of what is called the points demerit system kicks in. Because the points demerit system kicks in quite very, very late in the process, after the infringer or the road user has been given all the rights and the options to clear their traffic fines, which I've just mentioned in the form of 50% discount, the right to submit a representation, the right to request to pay in installments, or even the right to redirect the infringement. Because there's no reason, if you're an owner of a business, you've got vehicles, many, you can't be saying, no, it is my employees who are doing this. If the system is put in place for you to redirect the infringements of your employees, please take advantage of that and have those traffic fines cleared.
Thank you very much for the information this morning. We do appreciate it and wish you a wonderful day ahead.
Thank you, Nishan. Thank you, Nasmera. Thank you for the time.